38 million people tried it. 60 seconds of crying, a flood of relief. Then Tuesday came, and nothing changed. What if the body wasn't releasing anything at all?
If you tried this and it didn't last, you're not broken. Something real happened in those 60 seconds. The body wasn't faking it. Here's what science can actually measure. When the breath shortens and the chest finally lets go, the parasympathetic nervous system takes over. The heart slows, the muscles soften. Cortisol, the stress hormone, drops in the blood, not because tears wash it out, but because the body has stopped bracing. This is documented, measurable, real. So the relief was real. Now, what about fascia? The popular videos describe it as a container, a place where trauma is stored, waiting to be released. But under a microscope, fascia looks nothing like a container. It's a continuous web of living tissue, woven through every muscle, every organ, every nerve, more like the matrix that holds the body together than a vault that keeps emotions inside. Cells respond to their environment. Fascia is part of that environment, responsive, alive, adjusting. But storing memories of childhood, that's a different mechanism. And the difference matters. Because there's a quiet distinction the popular clips never make. Discharge is not the same as repatterning. A wave passes through the body and leaves. The nervous system underneath stays exactly where it was. So if the body did exhale, if the cortisol did drop, if the relief was real, why did the anxiety come back by Tuesday?
So if the relief was real, but the rewiring wasn't, what actually happened in those 60 seconds? Neuroscience has been quietly studying this for over 20 years, and it has a different name for it. Not release, something stranger. Something the popular clips never mention. It's called interoception, the body's ability to read itself from the inside, to sense heart, breath, temperature, tension, the subtle shifts of every organ in real time. Most of the time, this signal runs in the background unnoticed, but when the breath finally lets go and the parasympathetic system takes over, interoception lights up. The body reports the shift. Suddenly, you can feel yourself feeling. That's the moment people call release. But nothing left the body, nothing was discharged. The body simply spoke clearly for the first time in hours, maybe days, and that clarity felt like relief, because for once, the noise was gone. Now here's where it gets interesting. Long before neuroscience had a word for this, ancient practices already understood it. In Tibetan tradition, the word gom means becoming familiar through repetition, slowly teaching the nervous system what safety feels like. In classical yoga, abhyasa describes practice repeated over long stretches of time. In Zen, shugyo points to disciplined cultivation. 3 traditions, 3 languages, 1 common thread, and none of them, not one, used the word release, because they knew something that took modern science decades to confirm. The nervous system doesn't let go of patterns. It learns new ones, slowly, through repetition, through familiarity, through the steady reassurance that the body is safe now, again and again and again. So if interoception was the signal and learning is the path, what does that mean for the moments after the crying stops?
What happens after the crying stops is exactly where the path begins, and almost no one teaches it. Here's the truth most people miss. The clarity that came with those 60 seconds, that sudden ability to feel the body again, fades within hours, sometimes minutes, not because anything went wrong, because the nervous system returned to its default, and the default was built over years. A single moment of interoception doesn't rewrite that. Repetition does. What the research actually shows is this. When the body is exposed to slow, deliberate signals of safety daily across weeks, the nervous system begins to shift its baseline. Heart rate variability rises, resting cortisol drops, the threshold for entering parasympathetic state lowers. The body learns to find calm faster, hold it longer, return to it more easily. But the timeline matters. In the studies that show real change, the floor is around 5 weeks, not 5 sessions, 5 weeks of consistent, almost boring, quiet practice. And here's what consistent looks like, distilled to what actually works. 1. Slow breath at 6 per minute. Start short, 10 minutes a day, build gradually, until by week 3 the body holds it twice a day. Not intense, not forced, just slow enough that the body has time to notice. 2. Gentle movement with pauses, long-held yoga shapes, slow walking, anything that lets the muscles soften without performance. The pause matters more than the stretch. 3. Boundary practice in waking life, saying no with the body, not just the mind. The nervous system learns safety through repeated context, not through discharge. 3 things, 5 weeks, quiet, ordinary, almost forgettable. And somewhere between week 4 and 6, something shifts. Tuesdays start to feel different. So if the answer was never 60 seconds, what does it mean to stop chasing release and start building something the body can actually keep?
You weren't broken. You were just given the wrong instruction. 6 breaths per minute, 10 minutes a day, 5 weeks. Not 60 seconds, not a flood, not a discharge. A practice, quiet, repeated, almost forgettable, until Tuesday starts to feel different. The body wasn't built to let go. It was built to learn.